What's up, guys? Monkey Shoulder re-review time. Is this still the best entry scotch on the market? Let's find out. What is up, guys?
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummies.
Four guys on a Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase. And you know what? It should be this guy right here. This is based on history, based on a long time ago. Yeah. This is probably, I would easily say, our number one entry-level Scotch. Would you guys agree?
How did we discover this Scotch?
I recommend it all the time.
Oh, I think our good buddy Chad Furman came over and brought a glass of ours.
No.
That's when we just. Oh, that's right.
Now this was New Orleans.
That's right.
New Orleans.
What happened in New Orleans?
We
Sean?
went to a liquor store to get some Scotch, and we were in the French Quarter, so everything was overpriced. And we saw this one on the Scotch shelf, and we were like, you know what? That seems reasonably priced. I don't know anything about it, but we should buy a bottle and see what's up with it. And we killed that thing.
24 hours.
Gone.
I forgot all
Gone.
about that.
Three of us,
Yes.
the bottle's gone in 24 hours.
Mark
Yeah.
was
I
not with us, and
I
we
missed
came
that
home
trip.
going, you got to try this. It was like $30 a bottle.
Well, I think down there was like 45, but normally you can get it for 30 or 35.
They brought cigars. They didn't bring scotch.
No, we did not.
We were newbies at the time.
So back when we did this, I don't even know how long it was. This is when Chad came over. He guys, you ever had this before? And we're like, well, actually, we have. And
Yeah.
so we reviewed
right.
it with him during the show. It had to be at least 3-4 years ago, I would think. But I can tell you just from my experience, guys, that everyone I talk to that is starting out with Scotch, etc., it's hard to figure out what they may like. But for $30,
It's about what you should.
you can't go wrong with this one. It's got 3 different Scotches in there: Glenfiddich, Balvenie, and Kinnevie. And they're all vatted for ex-bourbons.
A little ex-bourbon cask, and then vatted for up to 6 months before.
Okay, fair
Actually,
enough. But for 30, it's anywhere from $28 to $35, depending on I've seen it on sale for like
Right.
$27.99.
Yeah.
3 good quality Scotches that are vatted together. What more can you ask for?
This is batch
Right.
27. Of course,
Now,
they're all batch 27.
Yeah, I don't know where the batch 27 comes from, but so this is pretty much their standard, right? But now they've come out with
Smoky Monkey, which is they've got a smoked Scotch, and I believe it's the Balvenie Peat Week that they add to it
Makes sense.
to
They own
give
it.
it a little bit of smoke characteristic. This Scotch and the Peat Week or the Smoky Monkey were made for bars.
Yeah.
Like it's made for pouring mixed drinks. So it's an inexpensive liquor option for Scotch, but it is it's a blended malt. So there's no grain whiskey in this bottle. It's just 3 single malts blended together. So you're going to get that malt characteristic that I love without all that grain influence that you get from some of the lower end bottles that would be in this general price range, like a Cutty Sark or Johnny Walker Red. Things like that have grain in them. So this is all, it gives you that single malt flavor profile without the single malt price.
but you can get all that malt in that nose.
Sure you can.
You know what I'm getting? Apples. It's like biting into a red apple.
I got to tell you, I'm kind of excited about this
I get
review
that.
because I haven't had a glass of this
It's
in
been
a
a
while.
long time.
It's been a long
And
time.
I remember loving this stuff, so I'm kind of curious.
Well, the beauty is, obviously, Monkey Shoulder they're not too proud. They're not like all showy because you go to their website, you click the link, or you click on it, and immediately it brings up 3 cocktails to make with this. That's the
really?
first thing it
Well,
hits.
and that's what it's made for.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you can drink it, obviously, just like a regular Scotch is neat or with water or however you drink it. But this and the Smoky Monkey are made for cocktails. That's what it's there for.
I recommend it as an entry level Scotch just to drink right up, for that price point. If you don't like it, you didn't really strike out. But I challenge you to not like it. I mean, I really do. Well, of course, out here we're going to re-review this. So I really
It's a non-age statement, 43% ABV.
Yep.
I can't believe how good that nose is.
The nose.
Like you just want to breathe this stuff in for a while.
You nailed it with it's a malted, slightly cinnamon red apples on the nose. And then now on the palate,
Very different.
very different. Malty for sure.
Yeah. The nose is really pleasant. Very nice. It's obviously not smoky. It's not, you don't have any of that peat in there.
So-
the red fruit, I think, is non-existent here. But
Where's the spicy note come from? Because there's no European oak here. This
No.
is bourbon, ex-bourbon cask, and There's definitely a spicy note on it.
Yeah. It's not overpowering, but it's
there.
real nice. To me, I mean, if you're making me a cocktail with this, it would be amazing.
Lemon.
But it's so good just in the glass.
Hint of
It's got a little bit of lemon. I get apple on the nose, just like you said, but I get a ton of that malt, that sweet malt.
It's in there.
And that's the key. And that's the idea. I don't think it connected. It's really a sweet malt. I mean, it's almost like the mash you brew out of beer when you've just extracted the grains. You get that super sweet, almost sickly sweet. This isn't sickly sweet, but definitely it's a sweet as opposed to a dry kind of whiskey.
No, it's not a long finish either, right, guys? I mean, I'm not getting a very long finish.
I mean,
I almost get a hint of dryer sheets.
what? Is that good or bad?
No, I mean like the fabric softener from your dryer. You know, the sheets that you put in there. I mean,
I'm not sure I want to drink that though. That's what I'm saying. Is it good? Is it good for you or bad for you?
oh, it's a positive.
Okay.
I mean, it's
The second sip gave me a lot more spice. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's
My
it's
first
got,
one had
It's
spice.
got some
Yep.
spice to it. And it's not a peppery. It's like a cinnamony. Yeah.
You got a lot more linen on the nose with water so far, and that
Well,
cinnamon
there's that
comes
sweetness.
through. And a hint
43%.
of pear too, by the way, in the nose.
Right, 43% ABV, no grain. You mentioned that. We have to assume chill filtering and coloring. I mean, it's a blend. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
coloring it for consistency's sake. But price point we covered. There was one other bottling you mentioned. They're now bottling this in a big boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the big monkey. It's like a 1.75 liter bottle, but it's the same bottle shape, just bigger.
It looks hilarious.
It's awesome. And you know what? To be honest, they do a really nice job with the bottle and
bottle's
everything.
great.
For $30, you've got these nice monkeys. Like they're actually, I don't know if they're glued on or something, but they're part of the bottle, and the label looks nice. I mean, it's a cool looking bottle.
And the water actually gave me more finish now. I have a lot more malty finish than I did before.
So
You can chew on it a little bit.
it's still malty, but there's a little bit more of a vanilla tapioca
Toast.
note.
I'm getting
with
toasted on the
water.
finish now.
Toast?
Yeah. Interesting.
Drew likes toast.
I do like toast.
He likes
It's not,
it
I
burnt.
don't even know if it's burnt. It's more like a medium brown than burnt here.
Medium brown.
Yeah, it's definitely sweet on the nose.
Wow, this is
I get that
This is
apple
good.
now. I get like Granny Smith's. It's got like a little bit of a tartness to it.
I'm trying to think. Do you guys get any like roses or florals or anything coming off of this?
I think that's the linen that I was. The linen
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see
I
the
was
linen.
talking
Yeah.
about. But I think with water, it really tamed down that spicy note for me.
It did, but you know what? I get all that sweet malt coming through
That's what's-
real
exactly,
strong, man.
Exactly.
So would this be good? So what do you anticipate would happen if you put this in like a glass of ice?
Honestly, I think you're not going to get quite the spicy notes, but to me, this would be awesome as like a Rob Roy. You know what I mean? Because you're putting some of that fruit in there, so it's like an old fashioned but with Scotch. And so it's already got that sweet malt character with like just a hint of spice, kind of as a seasoning, really. And so if you're making a Rob Roy with this is a cocktail Scotch.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it really is. It lends itself very well to a lot of different, whatever you make with bourbon, you could make with this and make a great drink.
Well, it's a solid foundation.
Absolutely.
no, absolutely. I'm ready, guys. If you guys
Go.
want.
Have at it, man. Shoot.
So listen, guys. We talked about it. Geez, $30 already. Home run, right? I mean, for a Scotch, 3 single malts blended together, another home run, and to taste and palates there as well. You've got neat. We talked about nice maltiness and some red apples on the nose. I actually, when I added water to it, I had a little more lemon zest come out, a little more citrus, more linden come out. When I had it neat without water, palate was great maltiness, but it was kind of a quick finish. It wasn't as sweet. I was very careful. I added just a couple drops of water to it. That really opened up the palate for me as well. Definitely maltier, sweeter than I had before. A little bit of honeycomb, and I'm still chewing on the malt now, which I didn't have before with just plain neat. So you can play around with it. 43 is kind of a low factor, but you can still play around as long as you're careful. But I have to say, guys, that I still stand by this one. This is a no freaking brainer for entry level Scotch for $30 for the complexity you're getting out of this one. I can't, for all of that, I can't not see giving this a 4. I mean, it's like that good for what the price for $30. I could buy 3 bottles of this compared to some other brands we have back here, and it's got enough complexity to it that I really appreciate. It's a home run in all those sectors.
Wow.
All right, I got to follow that up. How about
Good
that?
luck with that.
So,
Man.
for me, at the price point that you're talking about, I'm trying to think of other scotches that would give you this kind of flavor and character, and you're going to have to spend probably double
At least.
or more to get what
saying.
you get out of this bottle. I mean, and I know that they're making this specifically for bars. They're making it to make cocktails, and they're keeping it inexpensive so that bars can pick it up and do just that. But for all of that, I mean, it's a great just sipping whiskey.
It is.
I mean, if I've got somebody that's pulling up a chair to my bar and I've got a selection of blended scotches, and you've got all the old favorites. You got Johnny Red, you got Cutty Sark,
Dewar's,
J&B. If you've got all of those and you've got this in that line, and you ask me to pick a scotch to pour for somebody that's just going to be drinking either a cocktail or, I'm picking this one every time.
It better be that. Yeah.
It's got a lot of flavor and character.
No off-putting note.
No off-putting notes whatsoever. It's really well put together. It's got a nice, sweet malt. I mean, when I think Speyside Scotch, like this kind of is what it is, right? But it's got a nice, sweet malt character. It's got a hint of spice. It held water. I mean, it's just really good. And at $35,
It's hard to
I don't
beat
know
that.
what else you're going to find for $30 or $35 that comes anywhere close to it. I don't know if I can give it a 4 because I think it lacks a little bit of complexity that I reserve for a 4. Depth of flavor, depth of character. But I think it's a solid 3.5 at the price point. I can't argue with that. I mean, I can't think of anything else that you could do.
Well, all right. 3.5?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys said it all. They wrapped up the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hadn't got the apples until about 15 seconds ago while you were wrapping up. I'm like, damn, there's that granny apple. I mean, I didn't have it. So, I like the Scotch because they make it to blend and mix, and you can do all that, but you can sit here and drink it neat, and it's good neat. You can enjoy it. You can have fun with it. You're not breaking the bank. You can share it. If you buy it and have it on your bar, you're drinking it, okay? You're not going to be like, oh, man, I got to hang on to that freaking Holy Grail. No, I'm going to buy another one for $30. So you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it hard, and it can be. I love it. 4, probably out of range for me because it doesn't have a wow factor. I'm not, like, bending over backwards for it. If you're giving it a 4 based on price point, I see where you're coming from. I think 3.5 all day as far as just literally enjoying the Scotch for what it is, and the fact that you can mix it, you can drink it neat, put a little water on it, and all of that, and didn't break your bank. You can give it to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with Scotch, and it's going to open the door for them. It's not going to treat them bad. There's not anything off-putting about it. So for me, it's a solid 3.5. For $30, I want a big one on my bar. So
Right?
You won't get that for $30.
No.
So I agree. Again, I won't go into details. The one thing I will add is I watered the crap out of this just now, and intentionally to see, because when you talk to distillers, they say we bring everything down to 20% ABV so we can blend it and know everything's the same. It's still good. I mean, and which tells me that when the blenders put this together, they designed it with potency of flavor, because if you are intending to blend it, you want the flavor still there.
Right.
So it's got that potency of flavor that I find really intriguing for a $35 bottle. You're right. It's not amazingly complex. It doesn't have the deep ruby fruits that I like. It doesn't have any smoke or peat or any of that kind of stuff that I really like. But it's really well done, and I had forgotten. I mean, I had a bottle of this in my bar and it's gone, and I had forgotten how good it is for just quick and get home from work, pour a quick half-ounce dram just to kind of lighten the mood. It's perfect for that. I'm gonna go with 3.5 as well. I'm amazed. I mean, I'm really amazed at it.
So I do want to kind of clarify, because you guys are exactly spot on, and I know I gave it a 4, but let me tell you something. I know I'm going to get beat up a little bit because I've given 4s or other way around, but to me, this is a 4 because of so much else. Because of what it is, because of the price, because it's my go-to. I have at least given 4 or 5 bottle suggestions to that I know of to say, go buy this bottle. It's that good to start off with. To have that kind of power and the price and the palate.
Man.
I mean, that's what we're all about. That's why we're
Yeah.
doing this in the first place. You should definitely have this bottle on your bar or go buy a bottle.
Yep.
So
Right. So if you've never bought a bottle of scotch, and you're standing there at the liquor store and you're looking at all of this and you're like, gosh, I just don't know what to do, and you want to take a safe bet, $30, safe bet.
cannot go
Well,
wrong.
Get it home.
Or you're a blended Scotch drinker and you're thinking about trying a bottle of single malt, but you're
There you
not sure
go.
what you're going to get into.
There you go.
This is your same price point, and it's going to give you a
true.
lot of bang for your buck. And to be honest, you may just stay there.
And with none of that grain.
But there's no grain in
no
it, right?
acetone, none of that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know, man. It's
good.
It's been a couple years since we had it, and we're still talking about, still recommending it.
Yep.
3.625.
3.625 for a $30 bottle of
It
scotch.
better be on your damn
is-
bar.
Right.
Better go get some.
Guys, if you like what you're watching, please hit the like button for us. We really appreciate that one. Sean, what else can they do for us?
Oh, you can go visit us on our Discord channel. You can join us on Thursday nights where we have our live show.
Those are so fun.
Every Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. You can listen to us on our podcast. You can join us on Facebook, Instagram.
We're on Spotify, Apple, all kinds of great
Yeah,
podcasts.
we're everywhere you want to be.
podcasts are
So
fun.
Trying to be.
Join
Who
us.
knows, maybe you catch us at a bar somewhere.
That's possible
Enjoying
too.
a bottle of this even. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.